Okay, it seems we are live now. Is there a problem? Is it all okay? I hope there's people that... Okay, let's see if there's someone that has... Okay, this is the first lesson. I've already said in the other live. I closed the other live for it didn't work. The new one is the new link is this. Okay, so we have a guest. Okay, I think it's going a little better now. Am I right? So if you want to tell me a topic you're interested in about Italian, we can talk about it. Okay, so this is my first live lesson, so if you notice some errors or something that can be changed and improved, please tell me. Okay, no problem about it. Okay, I'll write it down there. If there's a topic you're interested in, please let me know. Okay, now let's see if it works via phone. For, as I said, it's my first time with live lessons, so let's see. Okay, I'm trying to enter through my phone, and it seems it's okay. I started these live lessons for, I think it's better to it's not stable. It's better to let you interact with the things and topics you really are interested in. So it's better for me to know what you're interested in. Another thing, I want to know if for you it's better to have a live lesson at 5, at 4, at 3, on Friday, on Saturday, on Sunday. I have to know what's the best placement for these live lessons. Okay, I'm really I'm trying to use this method as it's simpler and it's more enjoyable, more affordable, and I think it could be a great way to let you learn and to let the channel promote itself, okay, grow, etc., etc. So that you can see also my method, okay, if you're interested in, I don't know, private lessons or something like that. We don't have a guest now. There will be. Maybe it's not the perfect hour to have a lesson, okay, so that I can explain it to you. I'm trying to use this live lesson to be more more interactive, okay, so that it's more active than a normal lesson. So if you have a doubt about Italian, if you have a topic you're really interested in, please write it down. Okay, another person comes and go. Yes. Maybe it's because focused on interesting lessons when there's a board and you have to write down things. And there's the board. Okay, so let's put it down here so that, oh fuck it, this pen has fallen at least 20 times now. Okay. The connection is not very stable, but it's not a problem. If the video goes, the then it's okay. When the connection stops, I will stop, so that you don't lose anything. I'm trying to have this lesson last until 5 o'clock or 5:15. Okay. My intention was to have a lesson that lasted from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. I'm trying to see if people that have seen the last link can be if you Duzanic Maria and Nina Sabau. The lesson is here, not there. Okay, that link is broken. Okay. I don't know what to say anymore. In the past lessons, I've okay, there's a guest. Okay, perfect. In the past lessons, we've seen all the topics, all the most relevant topics. So this time we are using dialogues to let you understand how Italian works. Okay, as you have seen in these live lessons are a more interactive thing. Okay, I won't start with a lesson without your topic, for I think that if you enter this lesson, the lesson has already begun, and I'm talking lesson. Okay, so please write it down. Don't have there's no problem about it. Okay, it can be any topic, any. Parlerò in italiano ogni tanto, giusto per farvi capire come funziona. I have already translated what I've said. Ho già tradotto quello che ho detto. Ok, so I'll say it in English and then in Italian. Quindi prima lo dirò in inglese e poi in italiano. I'm waiting for your topic. Sto aspettando per il vostro argomento. Ok. What's your name? Come ti chiami? Is there a topic you're interested in? C'è un argomento che ti interessa parecchio? Okay, we've got 2 guests. Hi there. What's your name? Ciao, come ti chiami? You're interested in, okay? So if you're interested in a topic, please write it down, okay? It can be any topic, okay? Any topic. I'm not seeing comments, so I don't know if you're interested in a topic or not. Quindi non so se siete interessati davvero a qualche argomento o no. Seeing that 2 guests are here really fills my heart, okay? Really replenishes my heart. That's a great thing. Ok, vedere che ci sono 2 persone connesse veramente mi riempie il cuore. For this is the beginning. This is the first live lesson, so I'm trying to comprehend, to understand how to move, how to use this mean, ok? Quindi sono le prime lezioni live, quindi sto ancora cercando di capire come utilizzarle, come farle funzionare al meglio. Allora, let's see if anyone says to the link to the last broken live. Quindi vediamo se qualcuno ha visto il link della scorsa live, la live che non funzionava. I don't know why it didn't work. Non so perché non funzionava. Maybe it was because it was programmed and this computer is a bit of a shit, so it's not working. Probabilmente perché era programmato on my own and you follow it. It's a little bit complicated because there's no comment at all. I'm going to see if there's a comment on the phone. Maybe it's my computer that doesn't show them. Okay, Let me see.
Okay. Let me see.
No, there's no comment at all. Yes. So basically, okay, we can talk about the things that are in this room. Okay, so above the door, sopra la porta, quindi sopra la porta, there's a little image of my first cat, Minù, quindi c'è un'immagine della mia prima gatta, Minù. Here's a hat, qui c'è un cappello. Here's a calendar, anche qui c'è un calendario. Then two other frames. There's one there. Here we put our shoes. So qui c'è un mobiletto per le scarpe and some things above it. A lot of things. Oltre quella porta c'è la strada. Behind that door, there's the street. Okay? The walls are painted white, quindi le pareti sono bianche, sono pitturate di bianco. And I have my glasses on, quindi ho i miei occhiali, possessive. I have to shave my beard. Devo farmi la barba. And I have a t-shirt on, quindi ho una maglietta. Here's the microphone, questo è il microfono. And I hope it can be heard well. Are you listening to it? Okay, the audio is good? Is it good? No comment at all. Oh, come on, nessun commento. Ragazzi, dai. Lasciate qualche commentino giusto per capire cosa vi interessa. Leave a comment just to understand what... even to make a live at all, okay? It's very difficult, okay? Connessione stabile. And I don't know if you're seeing this. Okay. Okay, let's use common vocabulary. Usiamo un vocabolario comune di parole. Diciamo un po' quello che è successo durante la giornata. Let's talk about what happened in my day, okay? From this morning to this afternoon, okay? So, mi sono svegliato circa alle 9. I woke up at 9 a.m. Mi sono lavato, quindi I wash my hands, I wash my face, my armpits. I went to the bathroom, okay, to do what we have to do. Quindi sono stato al bagno a fare quello che bisogna fare. Then I had some exercise. I did some exercises, some physical exercises. So I trained myself. Quindi ho fatto un po' di allenamento, for a quarter of an hour, circa un quarto d'ora, 20 minuti, 20 minutes, a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes. Some science topics, while okay, the connection is really unstable. While training, quindi mentre mi allenavo, ho seguito una lezione di scienze, quindi, I went downstairs and I don't remember what I did. Non mi ricordo cosa ho fatto di preciso. Di preciso non ricordo cosa ho fatto. Maybe I had maybe I could. There's a time hole between those things, and I don't remember what I did. C'è un buco temporale. Ah, ok. I watered my plants. My plants, ok. Ho dato l'acqua alle piante. And then I don't remember what I did. Oh, okay. I checked the emails, etc., to see how things went with my accounts. Quindi ho guardato le mail, eccetera, per vedere come andavano le cose nei miei vari account, YouTube, eccetera, eccetera. Then I did a lot of things that I don't remember, quindi ho fatto tante cose che non mi ricordo, and I cooked lunch, ok? E ho fatto da mangiare, ho fatto pranzo, mi sono preparato il pranzo, ok? Not in English. Okay, sentence structure. Thanks, Janet, for the comment. Yeah! Comment about the topic. Thanks. Okay, so sentence structure. The sentence structure in Italian is very simple. It's subject, verb, object, very usually. Okay, so SVO. As you can see here, SVO. Do you see it okay, or it's reversed? Maybe it's reversed. I have to write in reverse. That's awful. Okay, so the Italian structure of the phrase is very, very simple. It's literally always, for we tend to imply a lot of times the subject of the verb. It's verb and then object, okay? So if we have to, I've made dinner, okay? Okay. Unstable. Okay, connection is again, there's a connection again. We say, ho fatto il pranzo, ok? Ho fatto la cena, ho preparato la cena, ok? So we don't express the subject. We don't say io ho preparato la cena, for the subject is implied in the verb conjugation. What have I just said? Well, that's very simple. In it, the verb is has a conjugation for every person of the verb. So I, you, me, I, you, he, she, we, you, plural, and they, etc., etc. So if you say ho, person, so ho fatto means I have done. It's always that subject, okay? If we are trying to understand what's the structure in a more complex phrase, I'm making an example, okay? Ho fatto questo e poi ho fatto quest'altro. It's a little like in the other languages. So there's a comma or a point of the oh, come on, I have it on my tongue. So the two phrases are connected by a point or a comma, etc., etc., etc. And then there's the end, the preposition, okay, or the oh, why am I losing these words? Why? Because I'm old, okay? So connecting two phrases into one phrase, it's like in English or in French, there's no difference, okay? So if I say in English, I made this and then I made that, that's equal, in Italian. So, ho fatto questo e poi ho fatto quello, ok? If you want to know the other whom, why, okay, they are all after the object, okay? So if I want to say, yesterday I talked to Paul about this thing, I talked to Paul clearly about this thing, okay? In Italian is ieri ho detto a Paolo, ho detto chiaramente a Paolo quella cosa, ok? Okay, now I understand why you're confused. Okay. In Italian, these parts of the phrase have not a precise location, okay? For example, ieri ho detto a Paolo che, but shows their importance in the phrase, okay? So, for example, ieri ho detto a Paolo che quella cosa, ieri ho detto a Paolo quella cosa, quella cosa is the most important thing in this phrase, okay? Ieri ho detto a Paolo questa cosa, quella cosa. For all the parts of, if I say ho detto a Paolo ieri quella cosa, yesterday, ieri, is the most important thing, for it has been, okay? I'm sorry, there is a delay and I'm a bit behind. Okay, no problem. It's a problem of this fucking line, fucking connection. What you've lost? Have you lost something? Please write it down if you've lost something. I was saying that there's not a precise location for things in the Italian phrase, but usually there's time, verb and object, or after the object. It depends on the things you have to tell, okay? As I've said, ieri ho detto quella cosa a Paolo, okay? Ieri, yesterday, ho detto, subject and verb, quella cosa, oggetto, a Paolo. To can imply that their meaning, the single word meaning, fuck it, that's my feelings, okay? That word that has been put somewhere else as it's the focus of the phrase, okay? If I say, yesterday I told Paul about that thing, okay? In Italian is, ieri ho detto a Paolo quella cosa, ok? Ieri, yesterday, ho detto a Paolo, I told Paul that thing, quella cosa, ok? Quella cosa and a Paolo can be exchanged and there's no problem about it. So, ieri ho detto quella cosa a Paolo, or ieri ho detto a Paolo quella cosa, doesn't change a thing, okay? It's perfect. But if I put yesterday in another point, quella cosa, or ho detto quella cosa ieri a Paolo instead of ieri ho detto a Paolo quella cosa, can mean that ieri, yesterday, is the focus of the phrase. Okay, so we want to give importance to ieri. Okay. Aside from this, there's no problem in Italian. Okay. But we tend to use when, then the subject, then the verb, then the object, then the other parts of the phrase. Okay. No problem about this. It's not that difficult. I'd like to accept donation, but I still can't. I still can't. For I'm below 1,000 subscribers, and that's the reason why I'm doing also these live lessons. For I'm trying to make my subscribers grow, helping you learn, and trying to see if there's a topic you're really interested in and that I've not touched in my other videos. Okay, I'd like to, but I can't. Maybe in the future. But thanks for your. Is there a concept or something that still bothers you about Italian? Maybe in the that we've seen in the past videos. If I remember well, you told me about Italian alphabet. Am I right? Okay. And so the Italian alphabet using also English words. Ok, ancora. Che palle sta cosa. Oh, this connection is a real shitty connection. But using also English and French words, as we are in a modern era, those letters have been introduced, and well, they were used even in Latin and Greek. Okay, but the Italian language doesn't use them very much, and these letters are X, Y, W, and the G, J, J. Okay, those letters are not very used in Italian. Okay, the original I, L, R, S, T, U, Z. 21 letters, and that's all. Okay. Now we also use those other letters, so we can say that we have 25 letters, but they are counted as extras. Okay, so X, Y, W, and J are extras. Okay, after the Z. I don't know why it's like this, as Italian comes from Latin. I think it's because Italian is a mixture of Longobards, Lombard. Okay, Lombard. There's a dialect, a Germanic dialect, coming from 8th century. I don't remember very well. There's some Greek in Italian also. Okay, so Greek, Latin, Lombard. There's some French. So the South, if you listen to a Southern dialect, you can really feel its Spanish root. Okay, and those French roots in the Nordic dialogues, in the Nordic speech, in the Northern dialects. For example, E is a very typical sound of Northern Italy, and it's a very typical sound of French language. So and there are verbs and words reminding of Spanish. Really remind of Spanish, especially in Sicily. But even in Neapolitan language, they are very typical of Spanish, of the Spanish language. I think that you have to go in Central Italy to learn a more Latin derived Roman or Romanaccio is blending of Latin, as Spanish is. Spanish, I think that Spanish is reminds more of Latin than Italian. Okay, it's even if Spanish has had a lot of domination from Berbers, Visigoths, they have a very, very, very broad language for this domination, but it's more, it's really close to Latin, okay? Whereas Italian is Latin. Okay, French is very strange. Ok. E te pareva? Connessione instabile, mamma che due palle. No, that's no problem, Janet. It's not a problem. Don't mind. In the future, you can do it. But now it's okay. It's really great that you are here, that you follow us and follow me. For this channel it's made by me. Okay, so it's great that you follow these lessons. So that's no problem about it. Okay, no problem. The alphabet in a little time. Okay, maybe you're on the point. Okay, so there's a new guest. If you have a topic you're interested in, please write it down in the comments, and I will explain it to you. Thanks for being here. First and foremost, we were talking about alphabet and where does Italian come from? Okay, Italian language. The Italian language, that's very interesting, was standardized in the 19th century. Okay, more Dante Alighieri's books, Divina Commedia, was and maybe. Minchia, che palle, continua a saltare di buono, non è possibile. Okay, we are here again. Dante Alighieri's books and Petrarca's books in the 14th, 15th century have tried to standardize it, okay? But the influx of dialect was very strong at the time, so it's not that easy to look at their Italian, okay? It's very different from ours, but I think that 13th century English, it's as different from modern English as 13th century Italian was from modern Italian, so no problem about it. But it was standardized in the 9th century as Italy was getting close to being a state, okay? So he wrote the Promessi Sposi, says that modern Italian is Milanese dialect, okay, but watered down in the Arno River, so put in the Arno River to be polished, okay. So Manzoni thought that modern Italian is more like a northern dialect that has been polished and structured using Fiorentino, that's the Tuscan dialect, okay? So it's like a mixture of these two great groups, so Northern Italian and Tuscan. In fact, there's, I think that there's in your unit that explains how words are pronounced correctly. And many Italians, if not the majority, we are close to it, don't speak in a diction is very, very, very similar to the Tuscan dialect. Vecchietto, little old man. comes from little, etto, old man, vec. Greetings from Scotland. Greetings from Monza. All right. Thanks, Janet. Okay, there's a difference in the diction. Okay, or to make another example, in standard Italian, standard diction Italian, it's perché. Why? Perché. In northern Italy is perché. Perché. That's a very particular difference. Okay. I don't know if there's something. I talked about dialects. I talked about differences in dialects. If you're interested in a dialect in particular, other things. Porca troia, ma non è possibile che continui a saltare. Okay. Funniest dialect for me is the Venetian one. Okay. So the northern eastern dialect. It's very funny. I like it very much. It's not very comprehensible, but it's very funny. Okay, for me. In Italian culture. Okay. They are very characteristics, and they are used to convey the stereotypical image of the Italian person. Okay, so mamma mia, it's not very northern Italian. It's really a Neapolitan or Sicilian type of expressing yourself. Even if we use just, but as I've said, the stereotypical Italian you see on shows, in films and movies, it's based on Neapolitan or Sicilian people. Okay, not on Nordic people, not on Milanese people, not on Turinese people, not on Bolognese people, not on Florentine people that have a very specific kind of expressing themselves. For example, they don't use the C. They don't say Coca-Cola, for example. They say Coca-Cola. The majority of them inspires when they have to say the C and don't k. They don't k. They k. Coca-Cola. Okay, it's very particular. As Modenese and Parmese don't use the. There's another letter that is very particular. Maybe the Z. But I have to search for it. Okay, it's very strange. Okay, those who live on the Riviera Romagnola, there's tend to use the Z instead of Z. They use the Z. They pronounce it the Z and the Z and the S very differently from us, from standard Italian. Okay, I'm learning Italian from my friend in Trentino. He speaks no English. Okay, and how do you learn it? By mimicking, maybe? Okay. Trentino people have an accent that's between Lombard and Venetian. Okay, it's more Lombard than Venetian. Okay, So maybe it's similar to the one I use when I talk in family and with my friends, and not on work, for example. And it's very similar to what my wife uses. Okay, my wife is from southern Lombardy. That's very particular. Uh, I don't know what to. There's the Umbrian have a different way to use the t, and the b. If I t st, and well, southern Italian is very. You can really hear it in movies. It's always southern Italian. So if you want to listen to Italian dialect, look at Il Padrino or something like that. There's always southern Italian. It's very strange for Italian movies, not movies from abroad that depicts Italian this way. Italian movies are based in Rome, especially, so the most used dialect in these movies is the Roman one. Okay, if there's a dialect, maybe you hear you know this dialect from Gomorrah and other films that depicts the violence and the situation in our outlaws areas, okay, or about or that talk about outlaws. But in Italian cinema, in Italian movies, there's not this dialect is not very used. Okay, this dialect tends not to be used, for it's difficult to understand. Okay, it's used more in comedies. Okay, for there's a tendency to mock southern Italian people. Okay, there's a tendency in movies to mock them. Okay, and it comes from our culture. Okay, our stereotypes on southern people. So we culture. I don't mock them. In fact, I'm half southern Italian, so I don't. I fucking don't, and I hate it. And there's especially a mockery. Italians tend to mock very much those who live in Naples. Okay, Neapolitan people are very, very, very mocked. Okay, in fact, whenever there's a strange fact regarding Naples, there are a lot of jokes about Naples. Okay, so for example, last week, a woman won 500,000 euros at the lottery, but the guy who was the owner of the shop where the woman bought the ticket, when the woman showed the ticket to understand if she really had won the lottery, took the ticket and ran. Okay, and it happened in Naples. Okay, so it was the most to have done it to for as news tell us. I don't tell nothing. And this guy was run to the airport left the ticket in a bank. Okay. Oh, come on. What a piece of crap. Okay, no problem. That's great. Janet. Okay, I'm okay with it. But as I was saying, this guy left the ticket in a bank, went to the airport, and then left the country. Tried to left the country to heading to the Canaries, but didn't succeed. So the police took him. He told that no, it was my ticket. I gave it to the old lady to get the money. For I misunderstood. I thought it to the shop. For I'm not in good relationship with the owner. That's his wife. That he tells it's his ex-wife. But then the police, as newspaper tell, discovered that he tried. Let's end this. I'll give you 50,000 euros, and that's okay. So the police found this conversation and is now facing dai fighi, non è possibile. Connessione instabile. Non è possibile. Okay, what a crap of a connection. But they found this conversation, so it's facing serious consequences now. Okay, but the fact that he's from Naples really pushed Italians to mock Naples. Another time for close it when we'll reach 1 hour. I'm happy that we've been here we've reached 3 people present in the live, and that's a success. For I promoted the wrong link. I put the wrong link in all those groups. For I thought the program version would work. It didn't work, and the fact that it didn't work really bothers me. So I've tried to put on this live from the beginning, from the ashes of that one, and many people clearly haven't found it. But it's not a problem. You have to start from something. That's not a problem. I hope this live was enjoyable. Okay, I really had fun doing it. I don't know if these live lessons have to be more structured. Maybe they have to. Abbiamo parlato poco in italiano. We talk really little in Italian. We use Italian very. If we don't have connections issues, that's very nasty. A very nasty thing for me, having connection issues. And I don't know how to solve it. Well, it's an okay connection, but it's not. Okay. I was saying this connection is okay in Italy for its 5G connection. I hoped I could use the telephone connection that I think is better, but I cannot do it. I don't know why. next live lessons will be better. Maybe I won't program it. I'll say it 10 minutes from the beginning, that here's the live lesson. If you want to come, I'm here. And I'm very happy that you are here. I'm very happy that I could talk to you. And thanks, Janet. Thanks for sharing the channel. Really, really thank you. I hope to see it grow too. I'm sorry if someone was bothered by the connections issues. That's a problem I'm really bothered by. Maybe next time we'll use the board more frequently. I hope to see you soon in the next lessons. I hope to see you soon in the next live lessons. And that's all for now, okay? Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.